Hare Krishna, everybody. Happy.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhire Nashta Prayasha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashtoke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Latam duhitaram sandha sadikshaya gatavyataha upaguhya cha bahuvyam autkantyano matitashaya pratam duhitaram samrat sadikshaya gatavyataha upaguhya cha bahuvyam autkanthyo matitasayaha pratam duhitaram samrat sadikshaya gatavyataha upaguhya cha bahuvyam autkanthyo matitasayaha autkanthya unmatita ashayaha pratam duhitaram samrat sadikshaya gatavyataha upaguhya cha bahuvyam autkanthya unmita ashayaha pratam duhitaram samrat sadikshaya gatavyataha upaguhya cha bahuvyam autkanthyo matitasayaha pratam duhitaram samrat sadikshaya gatavyataha upaguhya cha bahuvyam autkanthya unmatita ashayaha
Duhitaram samrat sadikshaya gatavyataha upaguhya cha bahuvyam autkanthyo matitasayaha pratam duhitaram samrat sadikshaya gatavyataha Upaguya cha bahuyam. Autkantya noti ashayaha. Tamduitaram samrat. Sadrishaya gatavataha. Upaviyam cha bahuyam. Autkantyo noti ashayaha. Tamduitaram samrat. Sadrishaya gatavataha. Upaviyam cha bahuyam.
Pratap, who was given Dohitaram, daughter, Samrat, Emperor Manu, Sadikshaya, unto a suitable person, Shata Yataha, relieved of his responsibility, Upagohya, embracing, Cha, and Bahuvya, with his two arms, Autkantya Unmita Ashayaha, having an anxious and agitated mind. The relief of the responsibility handing over his daughter to a suitable man, Swayambhuva Manu, his mind agitated by feeling of separation, embraced his affectionate daughter with both his arms. Yes, Supreme Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. A father always remains in anxiety until he can hand over his grown-up daughter to a suitable boy. A father and mother's responsibility for children continues until they marry them to a suitable spouses. When the father is able to perform that duty, he is relieved of his responsibility. Hare Krishna Prabhupada.
The emperor was unable to bear the separation of his daughter, and therefore tears poured from his eyes again and again, drenching his daughter's head as he cried, "My dear mother, my dear daughter." Continue, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. The word Amba is significant. A father sometimes addresses his daughter in affection as mother and sometimes as my darling. The feeling of separation occurs because until the daughter is married, she remains the daughter of the father, but after her marriage, she is no longer claimed as a daughter in the family. She must go to the husband's house, for after marriage, she becomes the property of the husband. According to the Manu Samhita, a woman is never independent. She must remain the property of the father while she is not married, and she must remain the property of the husband until she is elderly and has grown-up children of her own. In old age, when the husband has taken sannyasa and left home, she remains the property of the sons. A woman is always dependent either upon the father, husband, or elderly sons. That will be exhibited in the life of Devahuti. Devahuti's father handed over responsibility for her to the husband, Kardama Muni, and in the same way, Kardama Muni also left home, giving up the responsibility to his son, Kapila Deva. This narration will describe these events one after another. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashraya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ashakshnu vamshtatat viraham. Monchan Basva Kalamuhu. Ashinchat Ambavat Seti. Netro Daiduhito Shikaha. The emperor was unable to bear the separation of his daughter, and therefore tears flowed from his eyes again and again, drenching his daughter's head as he cried, "My dear mother, my dear daughter." Hare Krishna. So, big topic. Yesterday I handed over to Aishwarya Mataji, so I think she has explained to you already, but if I can add some more light to it. See, the first thing is, let us not forget in this woman being subordinate to men, sometimes in the discussion of this, we forget the goal itself. Goal is to reach Krishna's abode. Goal is not to say who is superior, woman or man. Right? That is not the goal. Nowadays, that has become the goal. You know, when Srila Prabhupada was in America, what is happening in India now, that was 50 years India is behind in these things that are happening in America at that time. Just like technology, it comes 50 years later to India. Prabhupada used to laugh. So many things they say. These things were there in the West so many years ago. Now they have come. Gap is reducing, but still. So similarly in this line also, this was the issue 50 years ago in America. Women's right movement, equal, in every respect equal. And Prabhupada did not like it. He said our goal is not who is equal or who is greater or who is smaller. Goal is to go back to Krishna. So let me take a situation which is comfortable for me for that purpose. Because if this is not the goal, when a society, when a debate is happening of women rights or woman being exploited a man or man being a dominant, the purpose is forgotten. The purpose is first, let us see, we cannot settle anything unless there is a goal. So the goal is settled, yes, I have to go back to Krishna. Okay, that's fine. Now let us start working. Then we can come to a practical understanding why the Shastra is speaking in a different way. Just like in our own life, so many things happen. My voice is clear? Hare Krishna. I put on the chat. Yeah, in our life, so many things happen. And then what happens? We cannot understand. Okay, perfect. So we cannot understand why it is happening in a particular way. Because why? Because Krishna's plan is different, our plan is different. If we do not harmonize our plan with the plan of the Lord, then we cannot understand why in my life this thing is happening. Correct? We have to harmonize. We have to understand what's the plan of the Lord and accordingly fit my plan. So sometimes in life, there are just like Srila Prabhupada, we take a perfect example of our hero. Srila Prabhupada's life, suddenly the business is lost. He has all way, there's not 1 rupee he can earn, but in great difficulty, financial difficulty. He tried to solve it. He wrote a letter to his father-in-law, please save my honor now. I'm not able to pay my workers. There was a theft also in the factory. Total disaster, economic disaster. He did not know what to do. So it is a reverse situation. Yeah? He's trying to understand what's the plan of the Lord now. Trying to think. And then the instruction of Bhagavatam came. What is the instruction of Bhagavatam? Sometimes Krishna takes away everything from us to show special mercy. Jasyam anugrahami harishet of dhanam shanai. So Prabhupada took it like in a very positive. So now something Krishna wants me to do. And there is a mission of his guru, which his guru has been coming in his dreams again and again, giving him a hint that this is very special mercy. Guru coming in your dream. We only get Maya in our dream. Krishna coming in the dream, Guru coming. This is a very, very special mercy of the Lord. And then instructing him, take sannyas. He had been having these dreams. And Prabhupada says, I had a responsibility of my wife and children. So I used to shudder. How can I do it now, my Gurudev? No, I cannot do it. He used to continuously have these dreams, his Guru coming, do it. Take sannyas, take sannyas. And he had a letter from his Guru, written letter. Take up this mission and spread it all around the world. Launch a worldwide movement. Not just, what we are doing. Struggling to put up one temple itself and giving so much anxiety we are getting. But it's such a huge launch a worldwide mission. Oh, that is why Krishna has done it. So what happens? Because he understood the plan of the Lord is something, my plan was something else. My plan was take care of the family, make the children grow up, let them settle down. Here is the plan of the Lord. They're not going together. Correct? Just like here, it is said, Swayambha Manu is seeing children are all settled up, everything is done, correct? So he has a responsibility. He's seeing all things are done now. Already family is grown up, the sons are taken charge of the family. Now let me align myself with the plan of the Lord, which is, how do you know plan of the Lord? Through the instruction of Guru. He's instructing, do it, now we have. So in different situations, always good to align ourselves in harmony with the plan of the Lord. And understand various indications of that. Various ways Krishna will instruct us, encourage us, inspire us. Oh. And then, even though it looks a reversal, it was not a reversal. Prabhupada says it later as laughingly. He says, I lost few children because taking sannyas. Now no longer he's sitting with them, patting them. But today, I got thousands of children, and with a joke, without the botheration of a wife. So in that way, he says, so the devotee is actually a beautiful class of Srila Prabhupada, Queen Kunti class. Sometimes everybody can see those classes. The video lectures are recorded of that. You'll find on YouTube, Prabhupada class. And if you want to more particularly see Prabhupada class, you can go to Vani Media in the YouTube, where Prabhupada all video, audio, everything has been organized in so many wonderful ways. You can locate Aramse Prabhupada classes and Aramse here. So in that thing, Prabhupada is saying, when the devotees, Prabhupada says, so everything became taken away. So all devotees started laughing. So don't laugh. When it is taken away, it is very painful. Actually, it is true. Anybody had an experience. Something you like is taken away. It is very, very painful. Huh? You didn't have an instance in your life, many of you. Correct? जो चीज बहुत पसंद है जब ले ली जाती है बहुत दर्द होता है. So Prabhupada says it is very painful. But I saw what is the light of it. Now it's an opportunity. So it became very positive. It's very happy, very peaceful. The devotee stays happy in every situation, very peaceful, very happy. And then, in the situation, then Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON movement. It became unique in the history. He took it in a positively. So here, coming back to the situation of the big topic, not easy. In fact, even in the ISKCON movement, there has been a lot of discussions on this topic and people taking different sides. See, as such, let us see first in a practice implementation. Srila Prabhupada practically gave every opportunity, which is unheard of in the history. How many of you have seen women doing arti in a temple in India? Very, very, very rare. Prabhupada gave them that opportunity. It's not even heard in traditional sampradayas, women even getting diksha. Prabhupada gave first and second also. Wow. In fact, ISKCON is famous for the paintings. Almost all the paintings are made by female devotees. Almost all. There are some men also that, wow, they did the best paintings. And if Prabhupada even went to the extent of creating brahmacharini ashram in America, which in India we don't do because of social situation and the country doesn't allow us. But he went in America and did that also, which is unheard of in the history. True? He gave every opportunity. But at the same time, he was careful. Whenever he saw that devotees are going for book distribution, unmarried girls, unmarried boys together, he said, be careful. Please be careful. So yes, Prabhupada gave that opportunity. So everything was given by him. He never that the girls felt in some way he has inhibited them. But at the same time, then how to understand his instructions, correct? Now this is there. Gave full opportunity, gave diksha, gave every opportunity. But at the same time, he also knew the limitation the woman body will have. Just like a man body has limitation, woman body also has limitation. And what are the limitation? That by nature, by physical strength, they are weaker. Recently, I was reading a newspaper. I don't know how they know, huh? मैं अबला नहीं हूं, मैं शेरनी हूं. This abala word is from the Shastra. How they search out, I don't know. मैं अबला नहीं हूं, मैं शेरनी हूं. But it's a reality. Once Prabhupada was in England and approached one, police officer, and she was a woman. So she started talking to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, see, I'm an old man. If I catch your hand, you cannot take it away. This is the physical strength difference in male and female. Correct? What police officer? He was joking to her. I'm an 80-year-old man. If I hold your hand, you can't relieve it. But, so in that way, our focus is to serve Krishna. Focus is not I'm equal to man, I'm less than. That is not my focus. Focus is let me do something which is convenient for me. Now taking care of the child, the man can't do. Now we have this Krishna Vesa competition. The men walk away within 15 minutes, but the ladies enjoy. That's their nature. If the ladies don't enjoy the activities of the child, who will take care of the child? There are many videos where sometimes the woman goes to office and put the child in the hand of the husband. You can watch that in YouTube. Those exhibit what he does. Correct? You have seen that? He will dry him up like this. He can't do that job. He is not meant for that. The very funny videos is for laugh. When a man takes care of the child, it's very funny. So there is a limitation. He doesn't have that capacity. The taking care of the child is extremely important, isn't it? But the man doesn't have that nature or that capacity or even that patience. How many men you have seen washing the child, cleaning the urine stool of the child when no man will do that. Anna, mother does it. She has the capacity to do it. She has the capacity. So there are so many advantages in a body of a woman, and she has the ability to take care of the child. In a house, a child has to be taken care of. So it's not, there are advantages, so many advantages. In fact, many great people, there were women behind them, supporting them. In fact, I remember one of my colleagues, he was in some difficulty and then he went home and got married. So he was feeling, he was brahmachari with us from my same college, everything wonderful. But then he got married to a devotee lady. And that girl brought him back. He came back with a strength that it developed of huge preaching. Sometimes I will show to take you there. Unimaginable. And all credit he gives to his wife. She said she gave him back the strength, encouragement, inspiration to be able to do it. In fact, it is said many great people behind them, there is a silent work of the woman which is not known, isn't it? So she can be a great support and make the husband do wonders in this world. So in this way, she has a unique capacity and many times shows a capacity much more than internal strength, much more than men. These are the advantages she has. Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna lives 7 qualities which I give, which a woman can have, and they are wonderful qualities. So there are advantages in so many ways. Be able to deal with the child, be able to understand the situations, be able to be take a backstage and manage everything so well. But at the same time, there are disadvantages. The body is physically weak. This is strength. Abla nahi she nahi. It's not a fact. There is physical strength weakness. And therefore, say a man can walk around the world. And many times we see that some woman has come, some Goa, and some we hear some bad story, something bad happened. But it is unnatural why she was going all alone, because people will take advantage, because physically she is weak. A man can walk around the world, go around the world and come back. He's much more safer than a woman trying to do that. True? So that is a handicap she has. And her soft nature can be exploited also. I remember in college, there's a common term, puslana, just flatter a woman. Somebody asked, Prabhupada, how do we, there was some very rich lady, and she was coming to the temple. Somebody said, how do I impress her to give donation? Woman, just flatter her. It's very easy. The mind is so simple like a child that easily she believes somebody. This is a wonderful nature, but can be exploited in society by crooked people. Somebody is very simple by nature and easily believes somebody, can be exploited. Uska durupyog kar sakte hain log. So therefore, there has to be a protection. It's like we have a movie, you have a scene. Who cries first, man or woman? Always woman. By nature, she is very soft, easily believes people, trusts people. The example of that comes in Bhagavatam. When Draupadi saw Ashwatthama, and Ashwatthama killed the 5 sons of Draupadi. And Arjuna was so angry at that, what he did, because war is over. There's no purpose in killing the small 5 children. No purpose. It doesn't solve any purpose. It has no utility. Even Duryodhana was upset after he find out that what Ashwatthama has done. So at that time, Arjuna said, I'm going to bring that person, and on his head you keep your leg and do Shraddha for your children. He was like very angry. And he ran and brought him. But the moment he brought him, tied like an animal, everybody is angry at Ashwatthama. But what did Draupadi do? She paid obeisances to Ashwatthama. And the Bhagavatam uses the word Vama Swabhavaha, very soft nature. Very soft nature. Now, this very soft nature is misunderstood. Therefore, Prabhupada says, many times it happens, sadhus indulge in something very strange. Men question, but the women are simple. They still believe. So you see, in this, there are various aspects of a discussion going on in the Bhagavatam. There are elements of something very right in Draupadi's behavior. But one aspect, being too soft in nature and not understanding this person doesn't deserve the respect what is being given. She paid him obeisances. And Bhagavatam mentions him as Brahma Bandhu at that time. This is not a activity befitting a Brahmana. Against the laws of warfare, killing innocent children, against everything, doesn't befit a standard of a Brahmana. So even Bhagavatam referred to him at this point as Brahma Bandhu, a relative of a Brahmana, not a Brahmana. And Arjuna has brought him. Bhima wants to immediately kill him. And Draupadi says, pays obeisances. Okay, now there is a further discussion, which she wins. She says that actually, how can we have ingratitude of the family of the Drona? How? Life is gratitude, correct? Great quality of life is gratitude. Now we have learned so much from Dronacharya. And the wife of Dronacharya is already bearing the pain of husband's death in the war. And now, if she has any pleasure, her son is there, you will kill her or him also. Can't you think of the pain she will bear? Don't have any gratitude to that family that gave you everything. You will give so much pain to Dronacharya's wife. And when she spoke that, Everybody's kept silent. So, her argument was accepted. Yudhishthira Maharaj accepted. Dharma Purusha accepted. Yes, perfect. And he made a decision. Okay, we're not going to kill it. But the point is that the previous instance, what is being focused here, the Vama Sabhava, very soft nature. That's generally the nature of a woman. Very soft, very gentle. Now, even I tell you, sometimes I deal even with devotees who come from very protected background. Don't you feel that we have to protect them? Because the society is not so. You know? Suppose somebody is very innocent. What do you feel? I have to give him protection because the world is very crazy. You know? True? Now a girl comes and is walking on the street alone, staying somewhere alone. Yesterday night it happened in Bangalore. It came in Bangalore. Girl was going, young lady, after some Lions Club. She was going on a car somewhere in Nantur only. One man stopped the car. Your wheel has come out. So what wheel has come? Yeah, nothing was there. She came out. You say, give me your this thing, wrench. I will tomorrow wheel thoda bahar nikal raha. So she took her the wrench, and instead of tightening it, he was loosening his more. And we don't know what intention he had. Very dangerous, actually. Now, what do you see? What has happened? She easily believes somebody. That's the nature of a woman. She's very innocent by nature. Why? How does she deal with a child otherwise? When a child smiles, she also smiles. Correct? She grabs him with love. Men, oh, it's okay. He's not so much. His nature is not like that. You got it? Man, I deal with a child few minutes, then he's off. You don't think man will sit with the child whole day. He will not. He doesn't have that nature. He doesn't have the ability. So what is positive ability? Society, you see how he was misusing? What intention he had next, we don't know. But suddenly a truck wala came and seeing something strange, he stopped. And that was a grace for her. That man just ran from that place. And he fixed her tire back. Abala, she didn't have the strength to take out the tire, put the tire. You see that how the weakness was being exploited, correct? It was difficult. Okay. And what is the second nature? Easy to. Worst thing what he exploited? Abala. Now, she will not be able to take out the tire on her own. It's, even to put the fix and lift it with that, Stephanie, it required some kind of strength. So she depended on him. Abala, he took advantage of that. And second one, easily believed. And she saw article, instead of tightening, you are loosening the tire. What's going on here? And then luckily another man came and a situation saved. What you would have done next, you do not know. So therefore, she needs protection. See, this protection should not be misunderstood. Just like protectorate. Now, Bhutan is protected by India. Is India exploiting Bhutan? No. Protected. Japan is protected by America. If suppose China attacks Japan, America will protect it. The whole army stationed there. The biggest units of America are in Japan. They cannot dare. Protectorate. Now, is Japan exploited? No, it's protected. Even in international politics, is it there or not? What do you say? It is there. Korea, South Korea is protected by America. So many parts of Europe also, they have units in Germany, so many places. Why? Protected. So protection doesn't mean exploitation necessarily. Correct? Now, small child is there, so very small child, this much child, and he is walking on the road. We immediately grab him. You're protecting him. Does it mean exploitation? No. So what has happened is that the protection is misunderstood as exploitation, or on the name of protection, we can exploit. You cannot. But the principle is not that. When it said protection, it doesn't mean exploitation. Now, when it said that the woman is protected by the husband, by the father in the beginning, then by the husband, then by the children, never says exploitation. Prabhupada makes a point. He said, if it is like what propaganda is made today, the Vedic culture, the woman's status is like a slave. Prabhupada says, then when Queen Kunti offers prayers to Krishna, why did everybody listen? Why did Lord himself listen? Who listens to a slave? Now just imagine somebody is a slave. Will you give him this much respect? The Lord is going. Everything is stopped. Like even Draupadi, when she spoke some words, they reversed the decision. They were about to kill him. It was decided. Bhima was ready anyway. I know. And Krishna had to discover 2 extra arms, it said the Bhagavatam, to stop the scene because Bhima wanted to rush and kill him. And here was, Krishna was holding him. And Yudhishthira was saying, Lenin, you can pardon. And I was like, oh, wait. He had to hold. So the point is that why did they hear to Draupadi's statement? So let us leave him. And everybody said, very good. So do you give respect to a slave? No, slave means no respect. Correct? They're saying no respect, nothing, rather, just exploited. No. The same way Queen Kunti, when she offered prayers, everything stopped. And also, we also find even the demons, their wives are very, very independent in thoughts, even though they were under protection of the husband. Now, Mandodari, I given the instance, but in this, just think about this. She is wife of Ravana, and Ravana did some funny things. She objected to that. When Mother Sita was brought to Lanka, she went and objected. This was wrong, my dear husband. He didn't listen to her. Okay. And then when finally he died, what did she do? Says she spoke in word, Bhagavatam records it. What is that? Anybody knows the statement? My dear husband, now where we will all go for protection, because your duty as a husband was not exploit, protection. And they had their own mind at that time, not that their mind will not function. No. What have you done? By your activities now, you have made your body to be fit to be eaten by vultures and your soul fit to go to hell. She's not mentally a slave. She's under physical protection of the husband, correct? But she has her mind. She's thinking, she's discerning, she's understanding and giving a judgment. That today, what have you done? Number one, we as wives are left without a protection because that was your duty. And number two, what you have done to yourself. Your body is now fit to be eaten by animals, vultures, and your soul is fit to go to hell. That kind of activity you have done. So was she a slave? No, she was only under the physical protection of the husband. Interestingly, even the wife of Bali Maharaj, when Vamandeva came, he wanted to offer everything to Vamandeva. Now, generally, in fact, there is a class on that, intelligent wife of the demons. Here is not a demon, but he's in a demonic family. So, who will do that? When he do that, try to sell Bhagavad Gita sometimes. What happens? You give Bhagavad Gita. What does the wife says? He looks at the wife. Wife says, gives it back. And how many of you had an experience? Okay. Now what happens here? What happens here? In the same way, she behaves totally differently. The husband calls for a water to wash. First thing, he disobeys Shukracharya because Shukracharya is going against surrender to Krishna. So he ignores. He doesn't speak anything ill, but he ignores. Shukracharya says, don't give. He says, I am a grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. I cannot lie. I've said, you take. Now I cannot lie. So he goes ahead and Shukracharya curses him. And that's the thing. And he goes in front of Vamandeva, calls his wife, bring pot of water. I want to wash his feet now and offer him everything. And she brings a golden water pot and rushes with happiness. Wow. Just imagine, some of you are women. If your husband is ready like this, I will give everything. Some sadhu has come. I'll give everything. House, everything I'm giving. Wife will immediately say, hey, gone crazy or what? What about our children? What about this? What about this? Eh? Generally, a wife will say like that. Now, she's not an ordinary woman, not a slave, not an exploited personality, neither Mandodari in the part of previous ages, neither wife of Bali Maharaj. Who knows the name? Vindhyavali? What is the name? Vidyavali? And she brings a golden water pot with great happiness. And he takes the water, washes the lotus feet of the Lord, sprinkles on the wife's head also. He knows the wife is with him in performing religion. So how beautiful she is. And then later what happens when the Lord Vamanadeva takes everything away, at that time, Brahma wants to speak to the Lord. My Lord, this is too much. This is too much. If you offer you Tulsi, you are satisfied. This person has offered whole universe and you are angry. He was exhibiting anger, Vamanadeva. Where is place for third step? You cheat. You cheat. Where is the place for third step? You said you'll give me 3 steps. 2 steps are taken in the universe. Where is the place for third step? You are a cheat. You should be arrested. He arrested with a rope of Varuna. तीसरा पैर का जगह दो. So he is externally acting and showing the greatness of Bali Maharaj actually. So at that time, Brahma wants to say this, my Lord, ये क्या हो रहा है? एक तुलसी का पत्ता आपके सिर, मतलब we keep it a lotus feet, you are satisfied. Little water, you are satisfied. Patram pusham phalam toya. And here he is offered whole universe, you are not satisfied. What is all this? So he wants to speak this. Vindyavali, if my pronunciation is correct, Vindyavali, she comes in between and she speaks before Brahma. She is in there. And she says, my husband was such a fool, he thinking he's the owner of everything. Good, you taught him this lesson. See, again independent. Again independent. She was watching the husband. She was watching the husband. Not that she's a slave. She's mentally free. Physically, she is under protection of the husband, which she needs, because the goal of life is spiritual advancement. But not that, like Ravana's wife Mandodari, she was not thinking, she was thinking. Like Draupadi was thinking. They were about to kill Ashwatthama. Do you think a slave had an opportunity to think independently? No. She was thinking and she changed the whole decision. When Queen Kunti is offering prayers, everybody listened. And the Lord said, Badum, very nice, very sad. And he smiled with happiness. Even Brahma, when he offered prayers to Krishna after Brahma Murula, Krishna did not smile. Nectar devotion says Krishna is so grave that Brahma could not understand whether he is happy or sad. Gravity bata. Brahma ki prayers are one of the best prayers in Bhagavatam. When he offered the prayer, Krishna was sad. Brahma could not understand whether he is satisfied or not satisfied. But here, Queen Kunti prays, Krishna smiled. He was pleased. So similarly, we have an incident when Krishna was leaving Dwaraka. After the same instance, at the top of the house, the gopis, the ladies of Dwaraka were discussing the glories of Krishna. And in Bhagavatam say it was more pleasing to Krishna than the sages offering prayers on the ground, because that was offered with great advancement. So that was more pleasing. We may also have that Dvija Patni Joya. Again, you see, they were independent in their thought. They were physically under protection of the husband. But what happened? The husband did not offer the offering to the Lord. The Lord sent 2 boys and please give us offering. They said, no, this food is meant for, they were Karmakandi Brahmana, Punya Papa. Punya Papa Brahmanas are not so much for the Lord. They are more focused on Papa Punya, how we can be comfortable in Swarga. There is not so much focus of pleasing to the Lord. And Krishna showed them. We sent them boys, they are doing Homa Yagna for, and then offering Ahuti. To whom? To Krishna. Krishna sent 2 boys, I am hungry, give me some food. They said, not now. Not now. No, we're not going to give you. They chased the boys away. And what did Krishna do? Then he sent the boys back, go to the wives. And the wives heard it. Krishna Balaram waiting, they're hungry. They are the ones who are cooking. They picked up the pots and they were running. Husband says, no. They said, we don't care. They have an independent mind. True? In this situation, extraordinary situation, they came out of the protection of the husband, just like Bali Maharaj disobeyed the Guru. They disobeyed their parent, husband, but generally they don't do. But here the Lord is involved and they ran at the lotus feet of the Lord. And when they reached there, they saw Krishna, and Krishna book says they drank the beauty of Krishna with their eyes. So beautiful. So much. And Krishna, they totally offered themselves to the Lord. They had not seen Krishna. They just heard about Krishna. But Prabhupada says in the prayer, in the Queen Kunti's prayer, she says, Tata Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatvanam Bhakti yoga vidanartam katam pashyamihi sriya. What I am? I am just an ordinary lady. My Lord, you are understanding only to the Paramahamsas and all. You read purport to that. Prabhupada says that is out of humility. But women have a lot of advantages. Number one, they're very simple in nature. They easily accept an authority. And that acceptance of authority is much better than superficial, so much scholarship of the people. So she accepted easily the authority, and she said it is very pleasing to Krishna. Okay, so you keep seeing this feature. So Queen Kunti offered prayer, she had a mind. So Bali Maharaj's wife, she had a mind. She saw my husband is a bit proud. She was noticing that. Correct? But she was silent. And then when opportunity came, she spoke. She spoke in front of the Lord. She's not just artificially speaking something. She's speaking a fact. My husband was thinking he's owner of everything. Today you actually made him to see. And actually everything belongs to the Lord. And maybe this was giving him pride. The same thing was assessment even of Prahlad Maharaj later, his grandfather Bali Maharaj. That you are the one showed mercy in giving him everything, and also you showed mercy by taking everything, my Lord. You have been merciful in all the situations to him. Okay? So in this way, the woman's position is very respected in the Shastra. And they're given the title of mother. And mother is the highest respect. Correct? But physically, she is given some protection, which is misunderstood as exploitation. That is where the whole thing lies. Now, in the society, the goal of life is not clear to go back to God. The society talks of women rights and all is totally disoriented. Just one trying to be upman to other without a proper vision and mission. Correct? In every college, there is vision and mission. So first fix up the college. Is very, any college accreditation they go, first thing they have to put up the vision and mission. Simply they write something. They have no vision, mission. Except devotion to the Lord, everything is cheating. It's all cheating. And their only vision, mission is to make money. That's all. Side by side, something happens that's good. They're contaminated. I'm not saying they don't have any will to do anything, but it is contaminated by personal selfish desires. But here it's not true. Okay? So the Bhagavatam gives a very clear vision and mission is to achieve pure devotion to Krishna. And in that pursuit of achieving pure devotion to Krishna, a woman can understand, I have a body. What kind of body I have? Oh, it's a woman's body. Okay. I'm not a woman. I'm not a man. The material male and female have nothing to do with the spiritual world. And Ramya Kachitapasana Bhajavadhu, the gopis achieve the highest. They are women. Krishna says to the gopis that I cannot repay you. Please be happy by your devotion itself. You are totally won my heart. There is no way. It is said Krishna doesn't take one step out of Vrindavan, totally captured by the love of the gopis. He doesn't do. So how we can say the woman is less or more? In fact, something very interesting happened. Mirabai once went to Vrindavan. She's a contemporary of Lord Chaitanya. So in the Vrindavan, there were Goswamis at that time. So she went to Vrindavan and she said, I want to talk to Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami said, I don't meet women. Being a strict, renunciant. So she sent back the message. I heard in Vrindavan there is only one male. I said, okay, I'll talk to her. Okay? Because the right spirit. Actually, in one sense, all of us are female. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasava Bhritya. There is only one Purusha in one sense, the Supreme Lord. If you say Purusha means controller and joy, there is only one. In a sense of control, if the woman is in control, then all of us are women. Correct? In that sense, everybody is Ekala Ishvara Krishna. He is the only Supreme Lord. Rest, everybody is a servant. So in that sense, the spirits, as we are all his servants, so in that sense, we are all female. So this material identification of male and female is nothing to do with eternal male and female in the spiritual world. We don't know what is the position. I am a Gopa or a Gopi, we don't know. And there also it's dynamic. Some Gopas also participate in Rasa Leela also. They become Gopis and join in Krishna pastime. Spiritual world is not static. We are a mother of Krishna. You are a father of Krishna. You also want to be his coward boy. Static. It's not static. No, Hasge, up to I can be father only. No, it's not a static word. It's a very dynamic word. It's a very, very wonderful word. Okay, so our male and female in this world have nothing connection to the male and female in the spiritual world. Soul is not male or female. Agreed? So then, let us not be too much into this male and female. Sometimes in Bhagavad Gita, there is an instruction. Mami partha papashitya tepi shupapa yonaya striya vesha tata shuddha tepi anti paramgati. And women get worked away, Prabhupada put us over papa yonis in the same category. But in Kali Yuga, everybody is papa yoni. There's Shudra, Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha, Kali Yuga, everybody is a Shudra. So there is nothing to be proud of. In fact, if you see in the colleges, I had an opportunity before this course started. Now, I've left everything for wonderful students on the online. But I used to go to colleges previously. 20 years I did that only. And always I saw in any religious gathering, in any classes, more of women. In fact, I used to have, in you know, the Premikishwari Mataji also joins the class. I used to go to a college. And there were some 20, 25 girls chanting 16 rounds. Each kirtan, before and after the class, used to be 1 hour because it's repeated such intensity. Abba used to be bewildered. And I looked a little uneasy just taking a class with 20 girls, and there were 2 boys. I used to make them front sit. There were only 2. You look at our own classes. Now, in this class, there are 96 people now. I can tell you 70 only women. Not only here, even our teachers. We have 100+ teachers, 70 are women. It's a reality. Okay? Go to colleges, in the medical colleges, see the result, women are leading. Go to engineering colleges, they are leading. Okay? So it's not that anyway the performance can be affected because they're male or female. It's independent. Rather, what's happening today is a very strange situation. The situation is that women are more in India, even now, more under watch. Say, a girl is there, she goes to the college ends at 5 o'clock, father expects her to be in house at 6 straight. But a boy, he can be out till 8 o'clock. He's given a little more freedom. But what do they, same is all the hostels. The girl has to be there at 6 o'clock, boys till 9. They get extra time. But what do? Boys do with that extra freedom? They smoke, they drink, they watch movies, they do so many things. So at the end of the day, what happens is that girl being more protected, that is one of my answers, they're performing 100 times better than the boys. You see the results? Every result, girls are ahead now. Why? The reason is boys are given more freedom, and instead of taking advantage of that freedom, they're misusing the freedom. And therefore, girls are doing better. True? In India, at least, even to this day, girls are given extra watch by the parents. And the boys take more freedom, even though they are immature to deserve that freedom, and they make a mess of the whole thing. Okay? So that should not be our perspective. Let us see whatever situation we are in, take full advantage of that. There are so many examples. Let us take full advantage of whatever situation we are in and advance in Krishna consciousness. Okay? Instead of, okay, I'm in woman body, this happened, that happened. Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat
For such an
pranam.
enlightening session.
Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji, all ladies only, most of them.
See all the ladies chirping. Thank
Yes,
you.
Prabhuji, all ladies, almost.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna, thank you.